Imagine being a cat. No, scratch that. Imagine being a robot cat from the future, sent back in time to fix the life of a young boy named Nobita Nobi. Sounds like a sweet gig, right? I mean, who wouldn't want a cool job like that? But hold up. Before you start imagining yourself with a gadget-filled pocket, let's talk about why it kinda sucks to be born as a Doraemon. Yes, even for a futuristic robotic cat. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. Doraemon was not asked to do this. He's not your average cat. He's a highly advanced robot, sent to the past with the heavy responsibility of guiding, protecting, and fixing the mistakes of a kid who can barely tie his own shoes. This might sound like a dream job for some, but let's break it down. Spoiler alert, it's no walk in the park. First, let's talk about protection. As a Doraemon, your number one job is to keep Nobita safe from the world around him. You've got to fend off bullies, crazy adventures, and the occasional time travel disaster. Imagine having to be on constant alert for a kid who's prone to making every situation worse than it already is. You can't just sit back and relax because every day is a new emergency. And if that wasn't enough, you don't just get to use any gadget you want. No, everything has to be carefully planned out. Mess it up and you might create a timeline catastrophe or worse, an even bigger problem. Now, let's talk about foraging, but not for food. No. Doraemon is constantly reaching into his famous four-dimensional pocket to pull out gadgets to solve a never-ending stream of problems. It's a solution for everything, until it's not. Each time Nobita screws up, you're expected to save the day with whatever technology you can muster. But here's the catch. Not all gadgets are foolproof. In fact, many of them have side effects, fail at the worst possible moment, or, worse yet, create more messes than they fix. Can you imagine the pressure of having to constantly pull out solutions when you don't even know if they'll work? It's like playing a game of whack-a-mole, except every time you hit one problem, two more pop up. And then, of course, there's the constant guidance. Nobita needs life lessons in everything, from how to be kind, to how to study, to how to tie his shoes. Every day, Doraemon is stuck giving pep talks and trying to steer Nobita in the right direction. The problem? Nobita often ignores the advice, only to repeat the same mistakes again and again. And guess what? Doraemon has to repeat himself, and repeat himself, and repeat himself. I mean, talk about exhausting, right? And don't even get me started on confrontations. Whether it's with bullies like Jian and Tsuneo, or facing one of Nobita's wild plans gone awry, Doraemon is always on the front lines. Every day feels like a battle, not just for survival, but for sanity. And no matter how many gadgets he has, or how clever his plans are, there's no escaping the messes they get into. So when you think about it, being born as a Doraemon isn't all it's cracked up to be. The job might come with some cool gadgets, but the responsibilities are huge. The constant protecting, guiding, solving, and facing the consequences of others' actions, it's a lot for one little cat to handle. But despite all of that, Doraemon keeps going. He adapts, he perseveres, and he stays true to his mission, helping Nobita become a better person. That takes a lot of resilience, and honestly, it's something we could all learn from. So next time you're about to complain about your responsibilities, just think, at least you don't have to spend every day fixing someone else's mess while trying to protect them from themselves. And that's why, despite the challenges, Doraemon is one tough cat. Maybe it's not all sunshine and gadgets, but hey, he makes it work. After all, that's what makes him the hero of his own story.